of the humble servants of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, to the 10th canto, 33rd chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Rasa Dance. Krishna is compared to the sun. We say Lord Hari, Hari, one of the meaning. So, but Krishna is compared to the sun. It is the quality of the sun to be antiseptic and twilighting. Anything which comes in touch with Krishna gets purified. What to say of the Lord having any impurity? All impurities get purified simply by the touch of the Supreme Lord, simply by the sanitita of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, Lord Krishna is also compared to Nityananda, and the touch with the Supreme Lord can purify, completely purify any divinity. So therefore, the Lord's activities are most auspicious and most pure, and always for the welfare of the divinity. Here it is being described that by understanding the nature of the love of the Supreme Lord and His devotees, because of the narration, the special emphasis is given on the conjugal loving affairs, the gopis, Lord Krishna, that once all the vices in the heart will be destroyed, and one will be thoroughly purified. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami explains, Atmendriya Priti Vancha, Tare Balikam, Krishnendriya Priti Vancha, Dari Premana. The desire and the attempt to satisfy one's own senses is called as lust, whereas the desire to give pleasure to Krishna, satisfy Krishna's senses, that is called as love. Lord Krishna has oceanic love for every living entity. And therefore, Srila Prahlad Maharaj describes and glorifies the Supreme Lord as Kripana Vatsalaha. We have heard of Krishna being Bhaktavatsala. That means very, very favorable and inclined towards his devotees. But Prahlad Maharaj is revealing the further depths of the Lord's heart. Prahlad Maharaj is saying, "Oh Lord, you're not just Bhakta Vatsala, you're Kripana Vatsala also. Kripana Vatsala means one who is very much favorable and inclined towards the nefarious, the demoniac personalities also." So it is that Krishna whose mission is to reclaim all the fallen souls so that they can achieve true eternal happiness. That is the nature of the Lord. Therefore, the Lord is never inactive. The Lord is never callous, Prabhupada describes in 8th canto purports. The Lord is never callous towards the deliverance of the living entities. Never callous towards the deliverance of the living entities. So nothing can affect the Supreme Lord. You have to understand. Nothing can agitate the Supreme. For the Supreme Lord is also described as an ocean. What to say the Supreme Lord, a great devotee, is also described as oceanic. Why? Because so many rivers come flow inside the ocean is not disturbed. Similarly, so many provocations and agitations may come, but the Lord is not disturbed. And that's why the Lord is being described as Atmarama. He is satisfied with himself. He doesn't need anybody for anything. So that is the nature of the Lord. The Lord doesn't need anybody for anything. If the Lord wants to produce children, he doesn't need anyone. He can produce it himself. He can produce it by his own, by his glands. He produces. By his desire, he produces. Lord Brahma is born from the navel of the Supreme Lord, the lotus. Uh, Lord doesn't require anyone for anything. But the Lord gives opportunity for the devotees to come and serve Him for the sake of the devotees. Himself, He doesn't need anything. Himself, the Lord is Atmana. And the Lord depicted this. His incarnation as Shri Narayan Rishi, Lord Narayan. He's just sitting and meditating. Doesn't need anything. He doesn't need anything. So if the Lord doesn't need anything, why does He reciprocate? Many times we reciprocate because we need relationships. We behave nicely and we'll get nice reciprocation also. We behave nicely with our family members, they'll also behave nicely with us. We badly behave, they'll also behave bad with us. So our case is like that. But the Lord doesn't need any living entity. But the Lord reciprocates and acts only for the sake of the living entity. Like Krishna is supremely grateful. Although the Lord doesn't need anything, somebody comes to offer something, the Lord reciprocates that out of gratitude for the sake of the living entity. That means the Lord's reciprocation is just for the sake of the living entity. For himself, the Lord doesn't need anyone. He is Atmarama. That's the meaning of the word Atmarama. That is why the Lord is declaring the formula or the science why he reciprocates.
or how he reciprocates. So what is the reciprocation modus operandi? The Lord explains. So therefore, the Lord is explaining that. So now, because the Lord doesn't have any need, therefore the Lord is uh, the Lord by default is Udasinam Vadasinam. What is that? It's Udasinam Vadasinam. Is Atmaram is self-satisfied. Is Udasi detached to all material affairs. There's nothing to give and take to the material affairs. Udasinam Vadasinam. Is neutral to everyone. Completely neutral personality. But why does he act? How does he act? Why does he act? Only to reciprocate with service of the devotee. How does he act? The Lord explains the principle. How does he act? Ye yathama prapatya. As much the living entity comes towards Krishna, that much the Lord reciprocates. The living entity takes one step, Lord will also take one step. Obviously, Lord's step is bigger. Lord's step is one step. Our step is small step. But the Lord will reciprocate that much only. But the living entity is running towards Krishna. Krishna is also running towards the living entity. So the reciprocation factor of Krishna is much more than the living entity. But the Lord reciprocates, ye yathama prapatyam. This proves that the Lord doesn't need anything. When we go, when students go for placement, they are not udasin, udasin. They very much want the job. They're very much begging, They say, somehow or the other, please take me, Please give me a job. Not udasin, okay. If you like it, this is my number, you can contact me, I'm ecstatic. So they're not like that. They're very much, therefore, whatever conditions the companies give, the students, they are ready to accept. Company say to work 16 hours, okay, sir, Every month you have to change the location of your job, okay, sir, Anything they say, Say 50% money will come to you after 3 years, okay, sir, There is a bond of 5 lakhs, okay, sir, Like that, everything, Why? Because we are very much in need. We cannot stand alone. The Lord doesn't need anything. Therefore, still the Lord is reciprocating, that is his kindness. This is the platform of love. When there is no consideration for oneself, the only consideration is for the other personality. That is why, from our standpoint, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is describing that Krishnendriya Pritivancha Vipremana. From the Lord's perspective, there is no need to divine lust and love because Krishna always acts for the favor of the living entity. Therefore, Lord Krishna's impeachable standard, what love is all about. So, what is the definition of love? We can see from the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord never gives up on for the case of any living, never gives up for the case of any living entity. Now we can say, okay, this is understandable. But what about the gopis' love for Krishna? Yes. Now, when we understand Krishna's love, then we can understand that the various devotees reciprocate with Krishna in various flavors of that love, of that rasa. And the topmost flavor is that of the gopis. Because if we get to know about the life and the heart of the gopis, then one can experience oceanic love, oceanic unconditional surrender. It's oceanic unconditional surrender, readiness for the pleasure of Krishna, be ready to pay any price. And Lord Krishna is playing his flute. The dead of the night and midnight, the gopis are leaving their homes and running and coming without caring for anything. That's love for Krishna. It's a surrender towards Krishna. That Krishna was in Vrindavan only 10.5 years. After that, the Lord was in Dwaraka for a short time, then Dwaraka. And the Lord was focused completely on the administrative affairs. Basically, the Lord was doing Vinashaya Dushkrita. That's what he was executing. The next 100 years or so, what was the Lord doing? Vinashaya Dushkrita. That is what is seen. So Krishna is not reciprocating also. Still the gopis' love for Krishna not diminishing, rather it is getting intensified. And the gopis are praying in the Gopi Gita that oh Krishna, we don't love you enough. What is the proof? They're saying we can give the proof. The proof is we are still alive. You have gone and we have not died because of separation from you. That's a proof we don't love you enough. This is the love of the gopis. By the way, why were the gopis still alive? They used to love Krishna so much. They were still alive because Krishna had promised that one day, very soon, he will come back. One day, very soon, he will come back. And therefore, the gopis were waiting for Krishna. And that is what was holding their lives. Otherwise, they would have given up their lives. In separation for Krishna, crying for Krishna. And not just the gopis, everyone in Vraja had that bhav. In Govardhan, there is the deity of Lauta Baba. So Lauta Baba is Krishna's Sakha. And he's inviting Krishna. And he's telling Krishna, don't go, we'll play here. Krishna is saying, don't worry, day after tomorrow I am coming. Day after tomorrow I am coming. Lauta Baba is saying, okay, I will stand and wait for you. And he's standing with the lota in his hand. He's still waiting. That is the love for Krishna. The Brajavasi love for Krishna. So we see that that this is the nature of that love. And therefore, this nature of this love, when we come across, this nature of love, then it can completely purify our hearts. You see, Uddhavji was very close to Krishna. Uddhavji, because Uddhavji's body is also like Krishna, but doesn't see carefully, one will mistake Uddhavji to be Krishna himself. But his body was also bluish. It's exactly like Krishna because of his 24 hours meditation on Krishna. So he was exactly like Krishna because of his 24 hours meditation on Krishna. Now, Uddhavji was a little proud because Uddhavji was like the shadow of Krishna all throughout the Dwarka Lila, Mathura Lila. Uddhavji would not, he would eat with Krishna, sleep with Krishna, no? He would not leave Krishna for a moment. He was so attached to Krishna. Krishna was life. Very, very, very near and dear to Krishna. But Uddhavji was a little proud that I have so much love for Krishna and I have got so much association of Krishna. See, Uddhavji is Krishna's he's like his Sakha, no? He's like his brother. So therefore Uddhavji came up with a brilliant idea. Go and console the gopis and pacify them. That don't worry, take it easy. That was his. Lord Krishna heard the proposal. Lord Krishna was very excited because Lord Krishna understood that Uddhavji will learn very deep lessons of what is called as devotion. Now see, Uddhavji went to the gopis to say, take it easy, don't worry. Krishna is good, you also be good, be happy. Like that. But when Uddhavji went to see the gopis, just by seeing the love of the gopis, Uddhavji's pride was shattered to dust and powder. Uddhavji is bowing down at the lotus feet of the gopis. And Uddhavji is praying to the Lord, is praying to Krishna, Krishna, please make me a blade of grass, the Gulmalata, in near the Kusum Sarovar, because the gopis come every day here. And if I am a Gulmalata, no? So and somebody is like a human being is standing and saying, okay, please put your feet on my head, no? No? The gopis may not agree for that. But he becomes a Gulmalata, then it's a grass. He can happily walk like that. And that is how he said, so he became Gulmalata, by Krishna's mercy. And because he wanted to get the dust to lotus feet, because he realized that yes, this love what the gopis have, I also don't have. See, Uddhavji is such a surrendered personality. He's breathing Krishna, he's speaking, I mean, he's with every breath, he's conscious of Krishna. Such a great personality. So his pride is shattered. Understanding the gopis' love. Understanding the gopis' love, his pride gets shattered. So we see that is why it is being described here. That one who understands these pastimes of Krishna's loving reciprocation and the dedication of the devotees, especially the focus here, the topmost devotees, the gopis, once lust, pride, anger, greed, everything will be wiped out. Everything will be wiped out. So that is the nature that but yes, the acharyas give warning that the pastimes of the Lord should be heard from the devotees of the Lord, not from personalities who are show bottle, or not having for such personalities who are show bottle, who don't have devotion, who don't have dedication and surrender. Such personalities speak, then Bhagavatam explained that is like milk which has been tasted by a serpent. So it appears to be milk, but it can be poison. But when the devotees whose life is an epitome of dedication, when they reveal these pastimes, then we can understand the dedication of the greatest acharyas of all times, gopis, Raja gopis. And understanding their love and surrender, will understand, yes, we can understand that yes, we can offer our prostrate obeisances and beg at their lotus feet to shower upon us some of the drops of their dedication and unconditional surrender to Krishna. Let's stop here for today. Hare Krishna. Granth Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Bol.